It's Happy Hour again from Uptown New Orleans. Hello, I'm Grant Morris. Happy Hour is part of the family of shows on the podcast network. It's neworleans.com. When you walk into a bar in New Orleans and you pull up a bar stool, you never know who's going to be sitting on either side of you. What you do know is no matter what they look like, what they're wearing, whether they just got out of a limo or just got out of jail, they're going to be happy to talk to you. Because that's New Orleans, and this is Happy Hour, a cocktail-fueled 60 minutes of random conversation with folks who have nothing in common, other than we're all New Orleanians in a bar, and today we are at Wayfair on Ferret Street in Uptown New Orleans. And Wayfair is a restaurant and a bar that serves handcrafted food and spirits, where Chef Kevin White puts fine dining into a sandwich, and the bartenders put fine booze into a glass. They have a 3-hour happy hour here every day from 4 to 7 at Wayfair. Nikki, you said you've been here before, right?
I have.
Oh, listen to that voice. This is Nikki, Zhao.
Hello.
J.O., what's good?
J.O., and Zach.
Yeah,
my guest today.
going?
Andrew Duhon should be here any minute as soon as he changes the flat tire on his car, or I don't know, gets a hair transplant or something, whatever he was up to. So, Nikki, you've been here before. So
I have.
What are you drinking today then?
I am drinking the cucumber cooler.
Cucumber cooler. That sounds good.
Really light and refreshing. Love it.
Wow, what a voice! Close your eyes and listen to that. That's amazing. Zach, what are you drinking? Where's your drink? Did you even get one?
Yeah, I did.
What is it?
Drinking coffee.
You're drinking coffee. That's
coffee beans, roasted.
Oh, I've
dried and roasted. And hot water.
Wow.
Pours through them.
Yeah.
And into the cup and into my mouth.
That's an interesting concept.
That, right?
It's amazing. What's that?
I wonder.
They use a filter to do that, right?
Sometimes. Yeah.
I wonder who came up with that idea. Was it the
how did I
Brazilian?
come out
No. Was it who invented it? Brazilians?
I don't know, man.
Yes.
Yes, because I happen to know that João. How do you pronounce it in Portuguese?
It's João. It's spelled
João.
J-O-A-O.
J-O-A-O. And that's pronounced
João.
what? João.
João.
I like that much
It's
better,
like
man.
Me too.
It's all in the nose. It's a weird thing.
João. It's nicer than J-O, but I suppose nobody can say João. Can you say it, Nikki?
Joie.
Wait till Nikki says it.
think
Nikki,
people
lean
can
into that
say
mic and say it.
Joie. Is that it?
It's close. It's close.
João.
I like J-O.
Yeah,
João.
I
think that's cool.
Am I doing it right? João?
João, yeah.
Look, you're in the best city in America that can get a hold of that because, you have a certain joie de vivre.
Okay.
There you go.
Very nice.
Well, I got a ton of them, man.
Have you ever heard that one before?
No, that's the first.
That's the first time. Come on, Zach. What about that?
Trademarked.
First
and
time ever.
copywritten
Congratulations. Good job. Okay. So anyway, we only got as far as the one drink you had at Wayfair so far. Zach, have you been here before to Wayfair?
already. I have not. This is a great place.
What about you, J.O. João?
First time, and they set me up with a free drink as soon as I walked in. So
Ah,
I'll be
you
back for sure.
Doesn't get better
Nice.
than that.
I know, it doesn't really, does it? Nikki, shall I tell everybody a little bit about you?
Okay.
Apart from your voice, which is awesome. Do you have, have you been up a lot or something, or is this how you always talk?
This is how I always talk. I lose my voice really easily. So I always have a really scratchy sounding voice. I've never had anyone say that they've liked it before. So thank you. I appreciate it.
I do not believe that in a million years.
For real. When y'all asked me to do this, I was like, really? My voice?
I think it's sexy as all hell, don't you? Do you guys?
Very
It's
unique.
like it's smoky. You need to be in a jazz club somewhere singing this.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you get the impression that you must have been doing something really exciting.
Yeah.
Don't you think, guys? You think that's the sort of feeling you get when you hear someone with a voice like that?
Yeah, like what did we miss last night?
Yeah, well, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. But you always talk like that. Were you born like that? Did you talk like that as a kid?
Yeah, all my life.
Just like you came out of the womb having smoked this pack of cigarettes.
Couple cigarettes, yeah.
How wacky.
How wacky. I know. So I teach exercise classes, so I do a lot of inflection with my voice, and I think that's one of the reasons
You
why.
fucked it up.
Yeah, I
Really?
lose it easily. This is honestly the best I sound, because sometimes at the end of the week, it's awful.
Wow. But you said you were born like that, so you kind of fucked it up too much,
Right.
being an instructor.
Yeah, I blame it on my mom. She sounds this way, too.
She's got the same voice.
Yeah.
Can you sing?
Not at all.
Oh, that's a shame, because that would be cool if you could sing and sound like
That would be cool.
You could take lessons.
And it'd probably make me more money than, being an exercise instructor.
Really? There's not much money in that?
No.
There's not much money in singing unless you're successful.
Well, of course, I'd have to
You'd
be,
have to be a
right?
star,
Yeah.
otherwise you'd be working on Bourbon Street for, $25 a night in tips. Anyway, it says here that you're a certified personal trainer, which is true, right?
I am, yep.
And you're a partner in a company called Our Blast Metairie.
Yeah, so we have 2 locations. The original is uptown on Maple Street called Our Blast.
Ah.
And then about 2 years ago, my business partners and I opened up a second location out in Metairie.
Well, why do you say you're a partner in Hourblast Metairie when you could just leave off Metairie, which sounds much cooler?
Well,
by the way.
okay. That's just like my location.
Oh, that's your one.
Yes.
Oh, so you split up, and you have the Metairie one, and he or she has the
Right. So
Uptown
the original owners are Uptown, and they came with us out to Metairie, and I have one other business partner out in Metairie with us.
Okay.
So there's 4 of us.
So Hourblast, is the Hourblast owned by everybody, or just
It
you just
is.
own the Metairie one, or you own all of it?
I own just the Metairie one.
Oh, okay, all
Yeah.
right. So let's go with Hourblast Metairie then.
Okay, let's do it.
I start again. Nikki Still is a certified personal trainer and partner in Hourblast Metairie.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Nikki moved to New Orleans from Connecticut and New Hampshire to open and manage the first Lululemon Athletica in Louisiana,
Yeah.
which is where I met you originally.
Yeah.
Which
You have a
no,
great memory.
I remember, but I don't remember you. I just remember the conversation I had with some woman outside the Creole Creamery ice cream
I
store.
bet you look great in Lululemon.
How-
I
Right.
would, wouldn't I?
bet you do. Yeah.
I have never. Is it available for men? Do men wear it?
Yeah, men do wear it.
Okay.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, you're onto something there. Do you
Yep.
still don't, but I'm not going to buy it. You still get free stuff? Though?
I don't get any free things. Maybe they should. No, but I get a nice little discount for being an instructor and supporting them.
But I remember when I met you, it was some night when you just arrived here, and I got talking to you outside the
Yeah.
Creole Creamery, and you and your dog and another girl who has also arrived here.
Yep.
And you had told me that your job was you'd come here to open this Lululemon place.
Yeah.
And all you had to do all day was go to yoga classes wearing Lululemon.
I mean, it was an awesome job.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
so
I can't believe you quit that.
Well, it's not like that now, unfortunately. To test the market, Lululemon brings people in, and they go to workout cities or workout places around the city, and the store only manages as a store selling clothes 3 days a week. So the rest of the week, you're out in the city, meeting people, fitness instructors, kind of showing off the clothing, as well as just making really good connections.
And you're on the payroll all the
And
time.
you're on the payroll.
You're
yeah.
going to yoga
Got
class
paid to work out.
in Lululemon clothes.
Not a bad deal.
And what are you supposed to do when you get to the class? You're supposed to hang out and talk to all the
Well, you
women
know-
there and say, hey, you look like shit. Why don't you
Why
try
don't
it?
you try
Yeah.
these ones on? No, I'm pretty friendly and outgoing, so I think it just kind of came natural to just start talking to people and then be like, oh, by the way, like, come see me at the showroom.
Ah. I mean, how much yoga can you do in a day, actually?
We used to work out for like 4 to 5 hours a day. It was crazy.
Hmm.
But I wasn't that like skinny because I ate a lot. But
You had
I
a lot of
met you at
ice
the
cream.
Creole
I tell you
Creamery.
what, you had. I do remember how much of a huge, because you're small, and you.
I mean,
I
I'm
must
like-
remember that much because you had a huge amount of ice cream.
I am a go big or go home girl. So like I'm not going for a scoop. I'm going for
Right.
the big cone.
How many scoops do you get at the Creole Creamery?
Like 3.
Oh shit! Really?
And a big waffle
You guys
cone
ever?
with sprinkles on the side.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys ever go to this place?
Nuh-uh.
It's on
But
Britannia Street, Uptown. Joel, you ever been there?
No, never been.
I can eat 1 scoop of ice cream. And,
I tried
and
the
I'm
Chapatilas challenge there.
Did you try it?
I did.
Now, how does that work? You get.
What
they
is
get-
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Okay,
think
I'm
it's like
interested in that.
8 scoops of ice cream, and then they do like 8 toppings. It's ridiculous. It's like a big bowl. And the thing is, the scoops they give you aren't the size they'd give you if you were ordering 1. They like overdo it. I got about like 3/4 of the way through and was like in a diabetic coma.
Well, if you eat it all, you get your
you
photo
get a
up
shirt
on the wall.
or something?
You
You
get
get
your
your
photo
photo.
on the wall.
Yeah.
I'll try it again before I die. It's on my bucket list.
And how many did you get through? You got through over
I got
half
through
of it.
like over half. Yeah.
Did you feel like throwing up, or you just felt lightheaded
Like
or
I
sick?
was
or-
just like on a sugar high, and then I crashed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What does it feel like to me? I don't even know what that's like. A sugar high. Is it like a high like anything else?
No, unfortunately.
What does it feel like?
I just remember being like super tired and a little nauseous from it, and like I just need to go take a long nap.
Oh my god.
My belly was full,
Yuck. And what happened to the other 4? Well, because your stomach is only a certain size,
and
right?
it
It's
gets soupy.
Yeah.
You know?
The stomach gets big when it needs to, like for ice cream. It gets
Yeah.
big.
8 scoops.
Yeah.
8 scoops.
I can literally
day.
eat 1 of those scoops, and after that, I don't know. Sometimes I see people. You have 3 on a normal day, though, so
Like,
I
I'll
can
have-
see why you thought you could eat 8.
I'll have 3 and be like, I could eat another 3. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Well, can you do that with other stuff like oysters? Mm-hmm. How many oysters can you get down?
I could eat at least a dozen or 2.
Dozen or 2 oysters. Are you guys
Yeah.
oyster eaters?
Oh yeah.
I could do 2 dozen.
Oh,
dozen.
too
Yeah, the
easy.
Chapatilas
Yeah.
challenge for oysters. I'll be there.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Could try that. And okay, so you opened that in 2013. It says here.
Yeah.
It says here that you enjoy. This is like a Match.com. Are you single?
I'm not single.
You're not single.
No.
Who's your partner?
He is a local guy
Yeah.
named John.
John.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough details, right?
Yeah,
You
that's
don't want
it.
to tell us any more about it. How long have you been with him?
We've been together probably about a year now.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Sure.
it's working out, a year. That's
Seems
a sort
like
of
it.
turning point, isn't it?
A year, yeah, man. That's 365 days of
Mhm.
good times.
Of John.
Yeah, of John.
That's right.
That's I think a year is like a sort of a significant milestone, don't you think?
Yeah.
Joel, are you in a relationship?
No,
You have to,
I'm not.
You're single?
Yes, I'm single.
Zach, you're a married man, right?
I am.
Yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
so we got one of everything.
Here we go.
In a relationship.
How about you?
I'm everything. Remember the last time, Zach, you were on here, we had those guys who are polyamorous.
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember
wow.
when I said earlier, like the conversation steers? I don't think we
Right.
talked about music at all. We were like, so you can
How
be
many
in
girlfriends
love
have
with
you
one
got?
person
Yeah.
and be in love with two more people, and it's all right.
That was their
Yeah.
whole plan, but I don't think they're still together, those two now.
Like Big Love.
I don't know.
Like
Show
that
Big
show,
Love.
that
Yeah.
thing from, where the guys are
Yeah.
what's that called?
Polyamorous.
Yep.
Yeah, but he's religious, though. He's a
Oh.
Polygamist.
polygamist, yes.
That's right.
All I could think of was the word bigamist, but that's only when it's illegal. So it's totally legal on Big.
suppose.
Well, Big Love, that's an HBO show, though. There was another show that was a documentary.
I'm
wasn't
not
it?
the guy to ask for
You
that.
don't watch TV, Zach?
I got my shows.
Yeah, what do you watch?
We just finished True Detective, which was awesome.
So good.
Really good. We love Cosmos. We watch it as a family, and we get down to it. Cosmos is the
Carl
bomb.
Sagan.
Yeah,
thing?
Neil
That's-
deGrasse Tyson.
Oh,
who's
he
the
does
new
it
host,
now.
but he
Ah.
did. Yeah, Carl Sagan did the.
Right. Oh, I thought you were
original
watching the
one.
old one. So there's a current version of it, too.
There's a current version. It's very similar to what, because I
Right.
used to watch the original one when it came out as well, and it's very similar. It kind of skirts the same lines of where are we from, why are we here, where do we go? You know,
Do you have
what else is there?
Do you have any idea what the answer is to any of those?
No, it really does help you out in what questions to ask and which ones not to ask, and
Okay.
which ones just to like let be and put on the table so you can do your thing.
Well,
You know what I mean?
No. not
Instead of
really.
just thinking about it all the time.
Do you think about that all the time? Like, why are we here?
No, but it's fun to watch it for like an hour and think about it.
Do you guys think about that ever? Joel, you ever think about why are we here? That would be
Oh yeah,
open a can of worms.
yeah, but I mean,
What have you come up
can't
with?
get too caught up in it. Oh man, I still don't know.
You
can
still
think
don't
of-
know. Do you think there's
can
going to be a
think of so
day
many
when you...
reasons and then still not know by the end of the.
I don't know if anyone really knows. Nikki, do you know why you're here?
I don't know.
But that's the mystery and
about
the fun
Allison?
part about it, right? You know,
I don't think this-
not knowing in the journey. Because if you knew, would it be worth it knowing?
Right. I
That's-
just believe that
that's a
everything
question.
happens for a reason. I'm
Do
here
you?
to make a difference.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that happens at random at all. Even this conversation is
I
not.
don't think so.
So it could
It's
be
all
part
been
of a
predetermined.
divine plan.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Divine with a lowercase d
Yeah.
or uppercase d,
I think you just spend your lifetime trying to figure that out, really.
Yeah.
or not
You go
even
through
ask the
phases,
question, just
or
do
not
it.
even ask the question. You could just live. Yeah, a lot of
Well,
people
most
just
people
live
are
and
just living their life without thinking about anything, and that's kind of the problem, right?
Yeah,
If
depending on
more
what
people
path
would
they're-
pay attention to what's going on, there'd be less.
Or take responsibility for not thinking.
Or take responsibility for not thinking. Can you do that?
Yeah, if you're not thinking and you're not conscious of your actions, you need to be responsible of those actions, correct?
Well, that would mean abdicating all responsibility for anything.
Not just what you do.
You say, I'm not responsible for anything.
Well, we're getting back to
Why did you eat all of that ice cream?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I just wasn't thinking. Except on a grander scale.
Well, I was just going to say, where do you start?
but you're ready for the
What-
stomach ache.
Well, what becomes trivial and what isn't trivial? That's the big question. If we knew what was trivial and what wasn't, then we'd know everything, right?
Well,
You
that's
don't know
that's
what-
subjective, correct?
Is it?
Oh yeah, what is trivial to you
Right.
may not be for me.
Maybe monumental to him.
No, but I mean, even within our own lives, you don't know what decision you're going to make that might seem insignificant at the
True.
time
True.
could lead to some huge thing. Like you decide to come on this show, which you might think is no big deal. It's just an hour on a Thursday afternoon. But you walk out of here and you get run over by a bus.
Well, just us sitting in a room right now
Because you were
talking.
in this interview, you
Yeah.
get run over?
Not because of it, but if you never did it, you wouldn't have been run over. Oh, maybe you would have.
No, and just us sitting here talking is setting things in motion in the universe that we may never see.
We don't know what the result of this conversation is. You don't know, actually.
We got to be all right with it.
That's true. You just have to learn to live with it or abdicate all responsibility, which is the best thing to do, really, because you don't know who's listening to this and could be thinking anything.
They could be like, she has a singing career.
Yes.
Listen to that voice.
Draft the contract now. Get her to the studio. Like,
you could
that's
be
happening
discovered
now.
today.
That's right.
Or someone could have fallen in love with your voice and stalk you.
Right.
And we haven't even talked about the real musician who's at
No,
the
we haven't
table
even got
right
to
now.
anybody. Zach, we haven't talked about you either. Let me tell you about Zach Smith. Zach Smith is a New Orleans fine art and commercial photographer who specializes in environmental portraiture, performance, and street documentary.
Yes, sir.
Is that very accurate so far?
It's pretty accurate.
Okay.
You know, it's kind of a journey, you know.
Why are you here? Zach is a staff photographer for the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, the French Quarter Festival, the Schmo Fest, the Tulane University Marching Band. You're a busy guy.
Yeah.
And check this out. I don't believe this is true. You're a photographer for the Murphy Institute at Tulane University.
Love those guys.
What is that?
It's a Center for
Potatoes?
Center for Ethics and Public Administration, I think it is.
Ah.
It's a lot of people talking about political economy, ethics. A lot of very important world leaders in moral psychology. It's one of the more interesting clients I have, and basically I photograph talking heads at lectures,
Right.
do portraits of fellows that they get in from around the country, but it's one of those clients I've had since 2003, 2004, and we've stuck together for a long time. And it's one thing I enjoy, listening to people talk about stuff that's way over my head, but sometimes something
seeps in.
Yeah.
Can you listen while you're taking photos, or you have to be thinking about the lighting and angles and stuff?
No, it's just like when I used to shoot a lot of live music. Now I really only shoot live music in April, in the first week of May.
In the festival.
And
Right.
you really do detach yourself. I've seen thousands and thousands of bands but not heard music. I kind of watch the music
that's
instead.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can watch body language and emotion and be able to.
But you can't really enjoy it. It's like when you go for dinner and have
no.
business or travel for business. It's not really that much fun.
No, it's not
As you
traveling.
know, Joao, right?
Well, I mean, my travel is not necessarily for business. Like, I tour.
But isn't that
So-
business? You're playing music?
Well, yeah, but I mean, we go to play music and we have fun playing. So it's kind of like a loophole in that.
I like that. I like his
That's it.
attitude.
A loophole.
I like
It's
that.
a loophole in the universe. So that's interesting. So you go to shoot all these cool things. You get into Free to Jazz Fest every year. You get to spend
Not
all
only
day
do I
at
get
Jazz
in,
Fest,
not
but
only
you
do I
can't-
get in free, I get paid.
and you get paid to go to the festival, but you can't
Do
actually.
you have any applications on there? That could,
It's
I
like
need an
don't.
assistant.
Give me a pin.
Yeah.
It's like the Lululemon of photography.
Aha.
There we go.
Good
There we go.
point.
Full
Did you
circle.
enjoy those classes when you were doing them?
I did, of course. And it gives you an opportunity to meet so many good people.
Right. Are you still friends with any of them?
Sure, yeah.
Who?
Oh, man.
Who was one person you met in a Lululemon class?
And you can't
when
say
you were-
John.
You were like, not including John, when you were like a spy.
Oh, you know, Susie Rivera, who owns Life Yoga. She's a great friend of mine that I met through taking yoga classes.
Okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
one. That's a good name.
Yeah.
There's one.
Then she's nice. I know her too.
You do?
Hmm. She's got bangs.
She sure does. She rocks those bangs and those glasses.
She's the best looking girl with bangs in the whole of New Orleans. wouldn't
She
you think?
sure is.
There you go. So, okay, that was one person you met.
There you go.
So you were like a spy, though, right? That's what just came to me. That sort of thought.
No, definitely not.
Like an infiltrator. Hi, I'm just here to do a class, but
Actually,
I'm not paying for it, and I'm just scoping everybody out.
right, wanting
It's
you
like
to.
ISIS.
No, don't say that. It's awful.
That would be a good. That would be a good name for a yoga school now. ISIS yoga.
Or like a Christian rock band.
Another great idea.
No, it was a joke.
So so you go to Jazz Fest every year, and you can't even really enjoy it because you're not. That's interesting. So you have heard all these great bands, and you're right up close.
Well, it's a different type of enjoyment. It's
Right.
not sitting down without a care in the world, letting
Right.
the music pour over you and stuff. But it's more of a getting in touch with another language, as you know, music being that other language. You know, words that aren't spoken. You
Right.
get to feel the energy and the emotion. It's great.
So there isn't a way of enjoying it.
Oh,
Of
totally.
hearing the music without
yeah.
actually being stoned and lying in the sun at Jazz Fest.
Feeling it.
Right.
Feeling
That's
it.
interesting.
Yeah, man. It's fun. It's definitely a good exercise in being attentive to something other than like someone talking to you or whatnot. Just following and chasing the music.
What's it like when you're on stage taking someone's photo? Are they, are most people okay with it?
It depends. I got the people who know me and I'm friends with who are playing. They'll make a stupid, crazy face, so it's kind of fun, and they actually get involved in the shoot, whether they know it or not. Because when you see someone taking your picture, you kind of act you act a different way, right? But then there's other people who are just oblivious to you there because they're in the zone, they're in the moment.
I would think most people who are playing at Jazz Fest are pretty seasoned. And they're used to having their photos taken, and they're not going to be mugging for the camera.
Most of them are. And you know what? The whole photos on stage thing, it's really not the best place to take a photograph.
Well, if you're a performance photographer, where else are you going to?
Well, it depends. I mean, it depends on what story you're trying to tell. And the story I'm trying to tell from a client photographer perspective is the emotion and the energy from a crowd's perspective and a little bit closer. So photographing someone from behind or from the side on stage, your backgrounds are just wires and truss and like people with badges and big old amps. The background's doesn't really tell a story. Yeah. So
you want to try and shoot from the stage toward the crowd and somehow get the artist in it.
Something like that.
But how do you not how do you? Well, I just realized I see these guys at Jazz Fest, and they're all over the place. The photographers. What is the festival doing with those photos actually?
Well, there's a lot of things. Basically, the festival employs only 3 photographers, and everybody else you see are working through some sort of agency, Associated Press or Getty, or Redfern or Offbeat, Times-Picayune, New York Times. So it's mostly press photographers.
So you're one of the 3. So you're the real deal. Come on.
I'll take that.
Who are the other 2 guys?
The other 2 guys are Gerard Mouton, who is, you've probably seen this guy. He's about 6'3", and he's constantly walking. He's been photographing Jazz Festival for them, I want to say since the 80s maybe. He's been there the longest. And he's from the 7th Ward, I believe, and he takes some great images. And he usually knows most of the people performing. Right. Myself and another guy named Doug Mason, who comes up from Rhode Island to photograph, who also kind of splits his time between Getty.
Yeah. You're from Rhode Island?
Well, Connecticut.
Connecticut, is that close?
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half maybe drive. Oh. Everything's close up there.
Is it? Mm-hmm. I have no idea. J.O., where are you from originally?
I'm from New Orleans, Mid-City.
Oh, so you weren't born in Brazil at all?
No. I mean, I spent time there, time to time.
Well, your parents both from there? They're both?
No, just my mom. But my dad plays Brazilian music. Like, he's a singer-songwriter. He plays acoustic guitar. And he just loves the whole culture. But
what's his name?
Blake Amos.
And he's here?
Yes, he's here.
Well, you haven't heard of Blake Amos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. That's your dad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talented family.
What about that? Okay. That's impressive. Okay. Do you have any other brothers and sisters in the biz?
Oh, no, not in the biz, no. I have step brothers, and then my baby sister, she's 5. She likes to sing and dance, but she's not yet crossed over to being a music artist.
It's like the Jacksons. Eventually.
Something like that, I guess, something to that degree.
That's cool.
His dad's much nicer
than whatever his name was. Yeah. What was his name? Mr. Jackson.
Joe
Jackson. I think you're right. So Zach, it says here also that you worked for Herman Leonard for a couple of years there.
I did.
How amazing. That must have been an amazing experience.
Very amazing. And I learned a lot from him, and he's definitely with me every day when I'm shooting. It's a funny story. All of you know the Facebook.
Do you guys know who Herman Leonard is? He's an awesome black and white still photographer. It was all black and white, I think, wasn't it?
Mostly what he was known for was the black and white early jazz age in New York in the 50s and 60s.
He took a lot of iconic photos that you know, even though you didn't know he took them, of Frank Sinatra and Billie Holiday. Wow. And all the photos that you know that became the classic photos of all those people are Herman Leonard's photos.
Yeah, his images are a part of our conscious when we reference jazz, which is pretty amazing to say.
It is amazing, and his story is fascinating as well.
Truly.
So he moved to New Orleans at some point, which is like recently. I mean, recent.
I think in the late 90s.
When he was already 70 or something.
Yeah, in the 70s.
And so, how did you get to meet him?
Mutual friend, my photographer friend and good friend Jenny Baggert was his assistant. And I guess they were in need of a lighting and shooting and assistant for him to carry stuff around, set up lights, set up shoots. And she gave me a call. So it was like 2002, and we worked with him till Katrina.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And then he left after. He got washed away. It was a terrible story.
His house got really damaged. He was right near the lake. And funny story, someone just tagged me in a post on Facebook that a photographer just bought his house and wanted to know if me and Jenny would go over there and answer some questions like, why is this light fixture here, and why is this here, and where was his studio? And I thought that was really cool that house can be passed on to another photographer, because if you've been down West End, you take a left on like Robert E. Lee and go up to the lake, you've seen this house. It's a beautiful 3-story modern house right in Lakeview, and it's like, God, it's a shame that nobody's in there, and it's really good that there's a photographer in there right now.
Is that by chance? That the person who just bought it happened to be a photographer? Or
I don't know.
I guess you're going to find out, right?
I'll let you know.
Okay. And now I'm going to introduce everybody officially to J.O., who's, I see it says Amos is your name. It says right here.
Yeah. Amos. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do it officially now,
Okay, cool.
So shall I say Joao or J.O.?
Go for J.O.
J.O.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like you to meet J.O. Amos, who's the MC of a band called Yugen. Yugen is a Japanese word that refers to a profound, here we go, look at this. A profound awareness of the universe, which evokes feelings that are inexplicably deep and too mysterious for words.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great.
I hate this question, but how did you come up with that name for the band?
Oh, man. Well, it wasn't exactly my invention, the band itself. I was introduced to the band later, but it just seems to fit, with the whole style that we've created for ourselves, and just incorporating hip-hop myself into that. It's, in a way, inexplicable, the sound. It's very unique, and yeah.
It says here that you're a New Orleans band who make a form of hip-hop, soul, and jazz that sounds like electronic music, but has the authenticity of live instrumentation.
That's right.
So that's the inexplicable
live
electronic.
We're a 6-piece band, so there's a lot going on stage and sonically.
Well, how much is electronic, and how much is acoustic instruments?
It's mostly acoustic. There's we work with a couple pedals, like the guitarist and the saxophonist have their own set of effects, but everything else is acoustic.
So it sounds electronic, but it's not.
Yeah.
Well, that's fascinating. Should we take a listen to something?
Yeah, let's listen to Reservations off of the album that just released last September, Save the Sunlight.
Save the Sunlight is the name of the album, and the song is called?
Reservations.
Eyes fresh from a yawn at dawn. Then sweat on the lawn, hot sun. Feel like I'm coasting, I don't even own a skateboard. Wanna scratch off, I didn't even pay for. Waitress said that she caught my meal. Gave me her address, said come and chill. I'm cool and she on fire, opposite the track. She smoking a blunt and dropping ice in my glass. Crown Royal and ash, still on my jeans. Then she wiping it off, rubbing it in. Sweet Jesus, look up, you don't need to see this. Drunk last night, this morning I'm leaving. It's alright, say your mind. We can talk, but it ain't right. It's alright, say your mind. Just say your mind. This morning I left, last night I was drunk. Crown Royal and ice, she smoking a blunt. Got down to the road, I drank till it was ice. Keep treating her wrong, she keep loving me right. Last night, I sat at the table for two. The waitress walked up, and I thought it was you. I was looking for you, but you never showed. She was flirting with me, adjusting the clothes, smooth and composed. The rest of our clothes, we got up and left, led me up to her house. Hot sun on the lawn, then sweat. Fast on, give a yawn, eyes fresh. It's alright, say your mind. We can talk, but it ain't right. It's alright, say your mind. Just say your mind. It's alright. Say your mind. We can talk, but it ain't right. It's alright. Say your mind. Just say your mind. Just say your mind.
Okay. Reservations.
Reservations.
What do the reservations refer to?
Reservations in terms of romance and being in a relationship, and
is it about fear?
Yeah,
it's all right.
Yeah, like
it's all right. Say your mind.
Says the single guy.
All right. Nice. So, what are the instruments on that aren't electronic exactly?
Again, I mean, it's not any real electronic instruments, but just effects.
Right.
Like
so what are the instruments?
Well, our whole setup is drums, Kevin Clifford on the drums, bass is Nick LaFay, saxophone is Scott Clemens, Mika Jasper on guitars, myself, the MC, of course.
So that's your voice. You're singing all these.
Yes.
Are you writing this lyrics?
Yes, I'm writing them as well.
And who writes the music? You too?
Well, let me get one more instrument on.
Okay.
Duncan Trost on the keys.
Okay.
And, yeah.
You got them all. Good job.
Got them all.
That sounded great. That was a great track.
Yeah, it's nice.
It was a really good track.
Very nice.
I appreciate that.
So so you wrote the lyrics.
I wrote the lyrics.
You come in first with the lyrics, or do they start off with a track, or what?
It changes, you know. I have a decent library of my own, like, solo work, and so sometimes we'll dig into those tracks and then try to, reappropriate those onto new instruments, new songs.
I don't believe I've ever heard a musician say reappropriate.
Well, I'm a writer first.
Really?
Yeah.
You're like a prose writer, or a poet?
Poetry. Yeah. I was awarded a Scholastic Silver Medal back in high school for creative writing, and then I went to UNO to continue my pursuit, and I'll be going to Loyola to finish out, hopefully.
Good idea. Otherwise, you're going to have a lifetime career in music like your dad, and like who wants that, right?
Oh man, that sounds terrible. I
know, it's awful. You have to just play music every night and travel and write poetry. Yeah, God,
man,
who would want that?
There's no career in it.
Really? So, what do you need to go back to school for, actually? No.
Status quo, I guess. I don't know. Have a degree.
Sharpen the tools.
Yeah. Exactly.
Sharpen.
Do you think, Zach? Do you
really
think
networking? Honestly,
totally.
Like
networking.
I mean, that's really the greatest tool that you're gonna have going to school. Yeah, because I mean, you're with, however many students are in the school, and everyone's just kind of like trying to connect with new people, with people they haven't met before, and hear new things and experience New Orleans, a lot of out-of-towners and stuff like that.
Okay.
And you run into new musicians and new poets and new artists, and it's just, it all becomes a collaborative effort to,
Are other people
be heard.
Are other people there for the same thing? Just to network? Because I could.
I mean, everybody's there to, get their degree.
But are they there to network like you, or are you the only person there who's there to network?
No.
Because if everyone's just there to network, we could just cancel all the classes and just come down here.
Seems like he's got a good plan.
Yeah.
Like you go in there with a plan.
I don't want to talk you out of it. I'm just saying, if that's really what music education is about, networking.
Well,
we could come up with a rival system.
He's got a plan.
You learn a lot. Like, I personally haven't taken music education, but like, members of my band have taken music business and things like that, and it teaches them, how to communicate with venue promoters and deal with people on a day-to-day level in terms of trying to get your name out and your music heard, et cetera, the marketing aspect of
Are you interested in that though?
Yes and no.
Which one?
I'm more interested in performing and writing.
Right. I would think going to school to learn how to hustle yourself must be pretty dull.
How to what?
How to hustle, and
how to hustle yourself.
Yeah, kind of have to do it now, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to school for that. I'm going to school just to network and brush up my writing and
meet chicks,
of course. Single man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
nice.
Right.
Hey, listen. So let me just stop for a minute and tell you who the sponsors of our show are. But first of all, Chris, is this Meerkat thing working? So we're trying out this whole thing where there's a new app.
Yeah, it wanted me to
Meerkat.
update my operating system,
yeah.
so I said no.
It's an app that you can live stream to Twitter called Meerkat that someone told me about, Paul Jacobs told me about it, and apparently all sorts of people are on it. It's just like early adopter time. And so we thought we'd try it today, but I have no idea whether it's working. I was hoping if it did work, that somebody could, like, tweet us and we could have some sort of interaction with people.
I don't know. I'm sure Meerkat's great. I'm sure they are. And it's so hard to keep up with the different ways that we communicate these days. There seems like there's a new one each week that's going to get you closer and faster and get to your audience easier and whatnot. It's like, all right, do they work?
But this will be a major game changer if this works.
That
you
would
can
be
live video on Twitter.
Let's see.
Is it working? Is it working?
Are there other apps or other websites and places that you'll be able to hear this?
You mean
like
this particular podcast?
Yeah, this particular podcast, yeah.
Well, yeah, you can hear it on iTunes or Stitcher or various other places, but this Meerkat thing is meant to be live video streaming on Twitter. So allegedly, anyone who follows you on Twitter...
So video, they could see us.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Where's the video camera?
It's on your phone. It's on your iPhone or your iPad.
Well, it's filming the inside of my hat right now.
Not yours, because yours isn't working.
Yeah. How about...
Okay. So here's Chris's phone. Now, this is we're allegedly live streaming onto the internet.
Hello.
Here's Nikki. One person is watching us, it says here.
Oh, good.
And
That's good.
this is J.O.
What's up?
And this is Zach.
Hey.
And here's Allison taking photos. But now this person, whoever you are watching us, I don't know how I can tell who that is. Can you talk to us? Here's Graham, the producer of our show. He's wearing a suit today, which we'll get onto in a minute. But any question for Happy Hour live? LIVR, it says liver. Yeah. Okay, so one person's watching us, Chris, but I don't know whether...
See, we're all affecting that one person. This is the universe talking right here.
Right there.
That one
This is going out live all over the world. Make that... Be that man. You look great on Meerkat, Zach.
Yeah,
I got to tell you. Yeah, you're welcome.
What kind of sound does a meerkat make?
Sort of like a woodchuck, I think.
Okay.
Okay, Chris, I have to do this. I'd like to thank these various people for sponsoring our show, Happy Hour today. Our show today is brought to us by Petite Pet Care. If you have a dog.
I do.
Nikki, we haven't even got onto your dog. What's the dog's name? Nima?
Her name is Nima.
What's that short for?
It was just a cute little name that we came up with.
What is she?
She's a boxer.
A boxer? Oh, cute. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you're ever going out of town or you're at work a lot during the day,
yeah,
you can call Petite Pet Care, and they'll take care of your pet in his or her own home. Is it he or she?
It's a she.
Nima is a she. In her own home for loving care when you're not there, Nikki. Go to petitepetcare.com. Our show today is also brought to us by Basics Swim and Gym, a full range of fashion swimsuits, workout, and yoga clothes. It's almost cosmic how all these ads are like talking to you. It's like you're a crazy person. They're
I'm
all
here
talking to me.
for a reason.
I know. Then we're finding out what it is. A full range of swimsuits, workout, and yoga clothes with style at Basics Swim and Gym. It's all new, and it's on Magazine Street near Jefferson Avenue, right near Life Yoga with Susie Rivera.
Very cool.
Runs. Our show is also, now this is more for you guys on this side of the table, also brought to us by Hangover Destroyer, the only all-natural product medically proven to prevent a hangover. Go to the Hangover Destroyer website. It's hdestroyer.com. Write the words Happy Hour in the coupon code if you can focus long enough to do that, and get 30% off of Hangover Destroyer and seize the dawn. Also, today our show is brought to us by the Girl Power Group, where girls aged 9 to 12 learn skills to handle peer pressure and bullying. At Girl Power, girls create positive friendships, increase their self-confidence and feelings of self-worth. For more information on Girl Power, go to jfsneworleans.com. That is jfsneworleans.com. And finally, our show today is brought to us by unlistednola.com, the revolutionary new way to buy a house in New Orleans. If you know what you're looking for, you can find your perfect match before it comes on the market. It's the match.com of real estate. You can find them at unlistednola.com. Thank you very much to all those folks.
Thank you.
Now, where did we get up to? We were talking about...
Thank you.
And thank you to everybody listening to this or watching us on Meerkat. The one person so far in there.
That one guy.
Who's watching.
All of one person.
But who knows how many people by now? That was a minute ago.
Yeah, that could be two.
Things could have changed.
That one person could be in an auditorium with 500 people.
Well, good point. Good point.
Projecting Meerkat on the screen.
Yeah.
It's a Meerkat party. It's a Meerkat viewing party. Yeah, this could be huge.
They've all downloaded.
Watch your language.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. They don't care about that, I don't think. So, Nikki, when did you get this dog, Nima?
She's going to be 10 years old in May, and I got her when she was 8 weeks. So she is truly my like little baby.
Wow. So she traveled with you here from...
Yes, she's been on airplanes, trains.
How does she like it here compared to up north where it was not so hot?
I think she likes it because she gets to spend more time outside here. And the winter is hard on everybody's bones, especially as you age.
I thought dogs like cold.
Well, I think we like it better here.
Only when they're hot.
Only when they're hot.
Yeah,
So she's enjoying herself?
she is.
Does John have any pets?
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
Nope. So,
Does he like Nima? And
yes.
she's not jealous of him or anything?
Yeah, she's still deciding on him, I think.
And that's only been a year.
Yeah.
Well, that's 7 years for a dog, though. You'd think she would have figured it out by now. Is she smart? Is she like a genius?
She is very smart.
I knew she would be. Right. What's the definition of smart? What does she do?
I mean, she just like listens well. She doesn't jump. She doesn't bark too much. I don't have to walk her on a leash.
Ah, boy.
Yeah.
Really? Where do you live? Do you live out in Metairie by Owl Blast?
I live in Mid-City. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's dangerous, walking a dog without a leash, right, Graham? Graham, don't do it. Graham says don't do it.
No.
Graham's got like 10 dogs or something.
Really?
2. Oh, 2. Okay, well, it sounds like 10, but it's actually 2.
Well, she's smart, so.
You should put the dog on a leash.
I will from now on.
Yeah, listen to Graham. She knows what she's
Okay.
talking about. Yeah. You guys have pets?
No, not right now.
No pets?
Sir, no.
No. Not even with kids. Kids don't insist that you get...
Say that again?
Do you have kids?
No.
I thought you did.
No, don't.
Where'd they get that idea from?
I don't know. Probably because I look like I would be a great father.
You would be. Wouldn't
Thanks,
you?
man.
You would be a great
Thank you.
father. Yeah.
Thank you.
Are you thinking of having kids or adopting them
Oh,
or
of course.
buying them on the
All three.
free market?
All three. We're going to adopt one, buy one, and have one. See how they get
That's a
along.
good
It's an
idea.
experiment.
Have you seen
It's
all
the
this?
Murphy Institute.
Have you seen this? What do they do? The Murphy Institute. That's what they do. They talk
No,
about
no,
that kind of thing.
I'm just joking.
I
It
wasn't-
sounds very technical.
Do you know anything about trafficking? Human trafficking?
I don't, but I can introduce you to people who do.
Could you hook me up with someone?
Yeah, man.
Nikki, do you know anything about it?
A little bit. I watched
What do
a
you know?
documentary not too long ago that it's a real thing and it's happening. And it's sad.
How many people do you need?
Well, I don't know. What are the hours? What do they cost, these people? I see it. I mean, I saw someone refer to it like
how
in the
much is that?
Advocate or the Times-Picayune or something like.
It's pretty crazy. It's definitely cropped up in the news lately. And then when you're reading, right after Mardi Gras, they had a task force that broke down a lot of human trafficking for prostitution, like 15 to 20 people.
What does it
for that
actually
purpose.
mean? Does it mean people who are against their will?
You're bringing people illegally across
Allison, do you know
borders
something about this?
for commercial purposes.
Sit down, Allison. This is our photographer, Allison. Do you know something about it?
I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of human trafficking out of Mexico, and Louisiana and Texas get a lot of it. They travel them through Louisiana and Texas.
But these are people who are against their will are being taken somewhere.
Right, probably
So
in
they're
the promise
kidna-
of letting their family cross the border or
Haven't you seen the movie
money.
Taken?
No.
Oh, well,
Have you seen it?
Yes, it's all about basically.
J.O.,
human
have you
trafficking.
seen it?
Oh yeah, I mean that's definitely like a dramatization, like a blockbuster version of the whole story. But
So if I go see that, then
you'd have some
I'd
idea.
be up with
but
it.
it's
Yeah, if you go
definitely
see that, you could talk about it like you knew it.
Right.
Oh, okay. Oh, I should do it. So it's literally going on here in New Orleans. That's what I...
It's
That's what I
everywhere.
saw.
I'm sure it's
It
in
is.
any big city. In any big city where there's travelers, money,
So these
metropolitan
are,
areas.
So we're talking about women here, are we, principally?
Right.
Probably a little bit of everything.
Women, kids, young kids.
What are they doing, these young kids?
I think they get them like addicted to drugs, and like that's at least in the movie Taken. That was
Yeah.
and they just human traffic them out.
But what does human traffic mean? Is that sex? Is
We'll
it
sell them for
prostitution?
sex, probably.
So there's some 8-year-old kid, you can have sex with some 8-year-old kid who's all fucked up on drugs.
There's
from
some sick
Guatemala
people
or
out there.
something. Yeah, this is in New Orleans. You can do this.
That's awful.
I mean,
Is that true? Is that what we're hearing?
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's why I thought maybe somebody... Joe, do you know?
I don't know the specifics of it, but I mean essentially, that's what's going on. And it's
I
the
would
black
assume
market,
I would assume that's happening in New Orleans. I can't tell you for sure.
I
but
remember hearing like
crazier
during the
things have
Superdome,
happened.
I mean, during the Super Bowl, like during major events in the city, that's when it becomes rampant. Of, you see more of it, or it's more likely to see something along the lines of it. Of, just people standing on the street, more, prostitution or what have you. I don't know.
Well, prostitution's one thing. That's someone who's willingly
right, but I mean,
having
by way
sex
of
with
human
people.
trafficking.
What's wrong, Grant? What's wrong with prostitution? What? Grant, come over here if you want to say something.
That's part of human trafficking, is the prostitution angle. There's little girls that are being
But there's a
prostituted
difference
out.
between
Right.
prostitution and human trafficking.
That's
Prostitution is if you can be a prostitute because you want to be.
You can be.
We're
but
talking
you-
about people who are doing this against their will,
That's
right?
bec-
Right.
but yeah,
That's the
right, yeah,
difference.
yeah.
Well, that's where the human trafficking comes
That's
in.
where the human trafficking.
That's the difference between being a hooker and being a sex slave.
One of them, sure.
Right. So who's behind
Although
it?
it seems like it's probably a fine line.
Who knows?
Really? I wouldn't. Is there? I mean, you can
You're
say
asking the
whatever.
wrong person.
Well,
I mean, you have a free will.
in
You
any
can be.
in any market, there's a black market. There's the human desire for things that are illegal. So there's going to be someone to provide that service. I mean, I'm sure these people aren't the type of people that we would hang out with. It's like this exists. It's like the Silk Road website that got knocked down that was selling all the drugs and whatever. There's a
big
black market
difference
on the
between-
internet. No, but my point
Yeah.
was the things that exist that you don't read about every day. You know,
That was cool. That guy with the whatever that guy now is now going to jail. Unfortunately,
I'm sure.
it was. I think they found him because he had the whole thing pretty well hidden.
Mm-hmm.
The Silk Road, and that was all Bitcoin based.
Yeah,
It was a genius idea.
it
was a
was.
whole
There's some
alternative-
smart people out
Yeah.
there, man.
That was a great idea.
What they need to do is hire him for the CIA. Like, hey, man, good job. Can you work for us?
Well, they probably should hire him for whoever is controlling the euro, which is going down by
I saw
by the
that.
day.
I
Yeah.
saw that
Good time to
the
travel.
other day.
That would be a good time to go to Europe.
Yeah,
Do you get to travel much with the Hour Blast
I
lifestyle?
do. I love traveling. I think that I would rather spend a lot of my time and money on traveling now when I'm young and I can explore. And
Good move.
right.
Are you going to do it actually? Though?
What, travel?
Yeah. Where are you going to go?
I have to go to, I'm going to a wedding in Nebraska next month and Vegas
Okay.
in May. I go to Connecticut, now that's
Is
my
that-
vacation.
Right.
Going home to see the family.
Is everyone getting married? Now.
Everybody.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So the pressure's on.
No, not me.
Do
not
people
me.
ask you?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah.
And I'm sure when you get married, then they're going to ask you when you're going to have kids. Will be the next thing.
Right. No, I want to spend my time and money traveling, not planning a wedding or,
Are you going to be suckered into it though when the time comes, and you're going to have
Perhaps.
to have a real wedding and all the whole?
perhaps my mom would be really disappointed.
See, everybody's mom would be really disappointed, but you're going to be somebody's mom someday, and you wouldn't give a
Right.
fuck about that, would you? So, are
No.
you sure your mom's going to be disappointed?
So,
Everyone says that.
Since I live so far away, I've not really brought a lot of the guys I've dated home, especially the first couple years of moving here. So,
Pay attention, John.
yeah. So my mom would be like, so upset that I wasn't dating. I mean, I am. I dated everybody when I moved here. Like, I had fun and met a lot of people. I had a lot of people to meet. And I remember being home one day and my mom sat me down and she's like, listen, Nikki, if you're a lesbian, it's okay. And I'm like, Mom,
Nice.
thank you for being so supportive, but I'm not. Like, come
Did you
on.
think it was your voice was the giveaway?
So my mom would be.
Did she really say that to you, for real?
No, for real.
Okay,
Like, she
and
wanted
what-
me to know that it was okay,
Nope.
and that if I wanted to date women, that I could be open with it to the family. I appreciate that so much, but I'm like, Mom, if you only knew.
How many guys I've been banging down
Oh,
there
stop,
in
no.
New Orleans, right?
No.
That's-
Take a sip.
that was pretty cool of her to do that, though.
Yeah.
Had she had a conversation with your dad about it, or anyone else in the family?
I
Or
mean,
do you have sisters and brothers?
I do have a sister.
Ah.
Yeah.
Did you ask your sister if she asked her?
I mean, my mom's just crazy. She's just out of here. She thinks of these things.
She didn't ask your sister, do you think she's really gay?
Yeah.
Is that what the problem
What
is?
is her deal? Why isn't she bringing a guy 1,300 miles?
Have you taken John back to meet her?
I have.
And what does she say?
She likes him.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does he do, John? He's not in the physical fitness bit.
He is not. He does a lot with real estate.
He does a lot with real estate. What you can
Yes.
do, you can buy it, sell it,
Yeah, he does a lot of developmental
paint it.
work.
Oh, he's a property developer guy.
Yeah.
That's a good business
That's
to
the
be
that's
in,
the
right?
new New Orleans job right now.
Yeah.
Half of my friends are calling me up. Hey Zach, you got time to do a headshot? I'm like, why? You have your own business. Well, I'm in real estate now.
Wow.
Like, really? Like so many people are getting into that because it's booming.
I mean, this city is growing like fire, you know?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I know.
One of the reasons I moved here, young entrepreneur was like doing their thing down here. Wanted to be a part of it.
So do you still wear Lululemon?
Yeah, that's what I work out in.
Does it like split now and
I mean,
break like they said in the paper?
No,
the whole company was
going to
go.
Good.
I thought that this guy that owns Lululemon I think they fired him.
Chip Wilson. Well, he's no longer. I don't believe he's the CEO anymore.
He started the whole thing.
But he said like big women shouldn't wear his clothing, which is awful.
Bad move.
Yeah. His wife was in the interview like mortified, like shut up, don't say that. And he was like, some women just shouldn't wear my clothes
because they're too big and it rips it.
I guess it was see-through. So
now that's what happened, right? It ended up being sheer, so you could go to your yoga class and you could see naked chicks.
And you know they're not wearing underwear under their pants.
You don't wear underwear when you do yoga.
No, I mean
that's when you move to the front of the yoga class, Chip.
Yeah.
Duh.
So what had happened, I might have got this wrong, but I thought what happened is that they somehow changed the formula for the fabric, and they cheaped out. Instead of using X thousand cubic meters an inch, they used
perhaps
half of X thousand, and it started becoming sheer because it was too thin, and then people would put it on it.
And it's expensive, so they shouldn't change anything.
Well, I guess everybody wants to make more money, don't they,
Sure.
Mm-hmm. But is that what happened, actually, or is that just what I thought happened?
I don't know. I haven't been with them for a while, so now I'm just the average consumer.
Right. So
I own stock in it, but...
You do?
Yeah.
Well, the stock went way up for a while, and then it crashed completely.
Yeah,
it was the most...
With stock.
Yeah.
Come in, Joe.
So the average consumer with stock in the company.
Yeah, but it was like the highest appreciating stock, I think, on the stock exchange. It was like the fastest growing company for a long time.
And it was falling apart the whole time.
The whole thing was coming apart at the seams. Thank you very much.
I was running it.
Hey, Joe, let's listen to another song before we have to all get out of here. What are we going to hear? What do you think?
The next song will be Gold.
Gold.
Yeah.
Reservations followed by Gold.
Yes,
We're going in the right direction.
Yes, sir.
Did you write this one?
Yes, I did. I was provided with a short drafted version of it, and then I just kept looping it and writing, and then, we got to the point where it is now.
And it's off the album Save the Sunshine?
Save the Sunlight, yeah.
Sunlight.
Yes.
Almost had that right.
And, we're on SoundCloud, we're on Facebook, all the associated social networking.
And can we steal it on Spotify?
There's that word again, networking.
He's
doing it right, y'all.
It's important, social media. But, you can find everything you need to know at presskit.to/Yugen.
Oh, shit, that's easy to remember.
Yeah.
Presskit dot what?
Presskit.
Oh, it's crazy.
Presskit.
Who came up with this crazy?
Oh, man, I don't know. It's a press kit. I don't know. It's,
But do you have a website, or this is the website?
This is essentially the website, yes.
So there's so it makes a press kit for you?
Yes.
Oh, this is like the meerkat of press kits.
This is the meerkat of press kits.
Okay, presskit dot something. We'll just put the link to it on our website.
Okay, cool.
So if you listen to this and you're running around the park or you're at the gym or something and you want to find Yugen, you could just Google Yugen, which is Y-U-G-E-N.
Yeah, Y-U-G-E-N, NOLA, N-O-L-A, of course, everyone knows. And just type all that up on Google and you're sure to find us. We're on Balcony TV as well for this song that you're about to hear.
Balcony TV?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. What's that all about?
It's this music video company. They take a lot of local acts and they bring them up to like rooftop locations and just record them, kind of like
Jam in the Van. You heard of Jam in the Van?
Essentially,
but you're on a balcony.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
cool.
it's Jam on the Balcony.
Okay, well, the guys with the carriage tours. Remember that guy was shooting people in the back of a buggy for a while? What was that called? That was cool too.
I don't know if that's around.
A lot of that kind of.
And this is called balcony.tv or balconytv.com?
Just balconytv.com. Yeah, they're stationed in New Orleans, in Brazil, and a bunch of places.
Okay. And here's a song called Gold off Save the Sunlight by Yugen.
Yeah. If I was in your place, I'd remember the name. Y-U-G-E-N never change, one and the same. Soon as I step on the stage, represent the new and strange, spitting game to the dames who came to see us do our thing. Y'all don't know how hard it is for me to maintain. Been deranged of a lot of my past. I am ashamed, but I'm more relaxed than a leg on an armrest. Furthest thing from an MC with a God complex. But I'm so down with all of these bomb threats. Who am I fooling? No, Huey Newton, just Huey Freeman. But my life ain't a fucking boondock season. Only child, but my brother's wily like Riley. Fuck fashion, wear work clothes to your body. Getting retarded, drinking away of every sorrow till tomorrow. Watch these fake rappers borrow all their mama's money and pretend to play pimps. Work for my fucking dollar just so I can pay rent. I don't borrow shit, but my soul is gold. Never gel my hair, still my soul aglow. No gold chain, no gold tooth yet. All I stand on is self-respect. All I walk on is my 2 feet. My only ride is my bike seat. I close my eyes, but I'm not sleeping. I'm probably really deep in the beat, deep in the freak, or I just don't like what I see. Depends on the week, the free potency, the weed, and all the deep breaths that I take in between. Bring it back. New year, new pleasures, new opportunities, new adventures, new music, new venues, new money, new menus, new girls, new issues. Am I right? I mean, it's like every time you get a new one. But anyway, back to it. New risk, new million. Whatever I rhyme about, sweetie, whatever sounds so honey. When I spit it, hit you deeply, make you wanna come up and kiss my cheek so sweetly. I'm so smooth, damn, I'm there greasy. Oozing out some easy, cheesy, get weak, making a bed feel like treason. Speak us through each season. Love how it feed me, still get left like trees to leaves. Heavy hands need new greaves, hearts cut from sleeves. Always playing for keeps and losing. Started playing for least. You do the most, you end up with the least. Let it breathe, you end up with a feast. Believe me, I'm eating without touching the plate, not even plucking a chicken. Good God, I feel great, not even a simple. On a mission to shine, treat my aim like James Bond. 007 steps to heaven with boys when I make noise. Laughter the best way to pass the day. Save the sunlight with your skin. Pass the night with your kin. Turn enemies into friends, back into enemies. Wake up, do it all over again and 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 again till you die. Don't worry about it. After your death, you live another life, like a day and night. On this planet, rock with a name, speeding through space. Either be sane or be crazy or great. Cremate me so the wind can take me any place. Maybe up into space, piece of dust to the sun. Roasted up in the gold, roasted up in the gold, roasted up in the gold. Roasted up in the gold, roasted up in the gold.
Very nice.
Yeah,
what do you think, Zach? You're loving that.
Yeah, I am loving that. It reminds me of Diggable Planets a little bit. Really like the vibe.
Yeah. What do you think, Nikki?
I love it.
Yeah.
Good work.
It's really changed the mood around. It's chilled everybody up.
Yeah.
That's very interesting what you're doing. It's like sophisticated sort of jazz with a sort of a hip hop vibe on top of it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the intention, you know. I wish I could play some more songs. Really, I would love to. I wish I could play some more songs. I'd love to just have a listening party with y'all because so much more goes on from song to song. You know, we do have a lot of songs that are laid back, as of the two that we've heard. But there are times where we'll just jump into this like full energy, almost rock and roll feel, just gritty, overdriven kind of sound, just like this hard-hitting sound, and then drop right back into the mellow groove. And yeah,
that's cool.
It's a lot of fun.
And how's it going? I mean, what's the plan now? On the road, record. I mean, the record's out.
Yeah.
So what do you do with the record? Are you getting it out there? You can't sell it, obviously. No one's buying anything.
Well, you know, we're doing our best to sell what we can.
You can sell at gigs, but I mean.
Yeah, we sell at gigs. You know, we keep promoting it online. We keep doing shows and selling it at shows. I mean, you know, this has been our first year as a band as of Mardi Gras. We did just this little house party called Block Us. You know, it's an open event, so every Mardi Gras, you know, Block Us. But yeah, so it's been a year. We already did a tour in New York and did a show in Boston as well as of last summer. We plan on doing it again this summer, and we're beginning work on our next album already. And, you know, just trying to keep moving up, you know.
Well, Joe, thanks for coming in. I'm glad we found you. Thanks to Christian
Thank
Unruh,
you.
our music director, who finds all these cool bands in New Orleans. There's so much cool stuff going on here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's been great to have you. Thank you so much. The name of the band is Yugen, Y-U-G-E-N. You can find that by following the links on our website, or if you can't get to our website, just Google Yugen and you'll never remember the name of that website. That is too complicated.
Press kit.
I forgot that already.
Like
it's good work remembering that. Nikki Still from Our Blast Metairie, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And our friend Zach Smith, photographer extraordinaire.
I'm honored to be here and talk with you guys.
Thanks for coming back, Zach. I hope we can see you all again sometime
Love
soon.
to, it's been fun.
That's been Happy Hour for today. The producer of our show is Graham DePonte. Our associate producer and technical director is Chris Kehoe. Christian Unruh is our music director. And the theme song you're currently listening to was written by and is being played by Mitch Foreman. The fabulous audio quality of this show is brought to you in part by PreSonus Audio Electronics. If you'd like to be on our show, and you can sit around a table here for about 60 minutes and have a couple of drinks, drop us a line. Our address is on our website, it's neworleans.com, or just look at us on Meerkat whenever you can get to it. On our website, you'll also find plenty of other happy hours to listen to, as well as some other shows we make here at itsneworleans.com, including Out to Lunch with Peter Raschuti, live from Commander's Palace, Mindset with psychiatrist Dr. Nick Pajic, True to the Game with the fabulous Chris True, Midnight Menu +1 with Margot Moss and the man who ate New Orleans, Ray Canada, Louisiana Eats with Poppy Tooker, and the revolutionary new way to buy a house in New Orleans, Unlisted NOLA. Keep up with us on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Meerkat, of course, and a bunch of other time-sucking social media. On all of it, we're called It's New Orleans. You can find photos from this show on our itsneworleans.com website and on our Facebook and Google Plus pages. Those photos were taken today by Alison Moon, and there she is right there. If you're listening to this show on iTunes or Stitcher or some other podcast app, thank you so much for subscribing to us. If you could just do one thing for me, stop everything right now and take a moment to rate and review us. That really does help other people find us. Our show was recorded live today at Wayfair on Ferret Street, where they put fine dining into a sandwich and fine booze into a glass. Come and check it out for yourself. Happy Hour is a production of INO Broadcasting for itsneworleans.com. For Andrew Duhon, who will be back here next week, I'm praying that he's safe. Please keep Andrew Duhon in your prayers. So I don't know where he is. I think he's probably out on the road playing the guitar somewhere.
Probably.
For everybody around here, around the table here at Wayfair and back at our office at INO Broadcasting, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Grant Morris. We'll see you back here next time on Happy Hour.
Let's be honest, there are tons of ways to send money back home, and every company promises me the same things: good rates and safe transfers. That's why it can be overwhelming to choose a new way to send money. I switched to Remitly because I can track my money every step of the way, which means I know exactly when my mom will get her money. And with their extensive payment network, my mom can receive her money in a way that is more convenient and safe for her. You should check it out. Go to Remitly.com or download their app to get started. Remitly Inc. is a licensed money transmitter by the state of New York, California, Massachusetts, and other states.